Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. And yes, I am wearing clothes. I am not in the nude. I'm wearing a tube top because one of the products I really wanted to show off how my décolleté and shoulders look. So with that being said, as most of you know, e.l.f. just came out with a brand new collection, which I was extremely excited to try. And that collection, if you don't already know, is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise collection. My first time hearing about this collection or seeing it was on Instagram. I was scrolling and then this eyeshadow palette right here is what made me stop scrolling. I had to have it, so I bought it and I bought the entire collection as well. So we are just gonna go ahead and start with the order of application so I can kind of just walk you through what I did today and how I like the products. So the first thing I tried out, this is the Primer Glow Oil, and I've never used an oil-based product to actually prep my skin before. So this is my first time using a product like this right under my makeup. If I'm being honest, I actually didn't think I was gonna like it, but I love it. It's a very, very sweet smell. I can't put my finger on it. It's not florally, but it doesn't smell like candy. It's kind of like that sweet spot in the middle of floral and sweet. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. This primer oil, it does say that you can also add it into your foundation for the extra glow, but I didn't want to do that today, so I just used it on my base for a primer, and I really do think it added a nice healthy glow to my skin. And with this being the first product out of the collection that I used, it really set the bar and made me excited to use the rest of the products. So let's just go ahead and move on to the second product that I used. So we're actually going to be talking about the brushes today because this collection did come with a brush set. And pardon me, these are used because I did use them. And all of these brushes obviously are synthetic. e.l.f. is a cruelty-free brand, so if you didn't know that, they are cruelty-free. And let's go ahead and talk about the packaging because it is so adorable. You have a nice acrylic base and then you have a pink holder for the bristles, and then the actual hairs on the brush are a nice pink to white ombre. So we are just gonna go ahead and start with this one right here. This is a nice big fluffy brush and it kind of has this slanted angle on the side. The second brush in the collection, I use this actually for my blush today. It's a perfect blush brush because it's so nice and wispy. These bristles are just everything. And then going in with your eye brushes, we have a very, very nice fluffy brush. This brush did a very, very good job blending out the eyeshadow. The second eye brush we have is a more flat brush. It really did a nice job packing on the actual glitter shades on the base of my eyelids. This is a really good packing brush, but I feel like it'll be a really nice blending brush if you want to use this for your crease as well. And then the third brush is a brush I didn't actually test out today because I didn't do any sharp lines on my eyes. But this is their small angle brush, and I feel like you can get some really nice definition and some nice line work with your eyeshadow, gel liner, anything like that. I'm super excited about these brushes. They performed really well. And with that being said, going on to the next product, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the eyeshadow palette. And these eyeshadows are actually scented as well. Everything in this collection that I've noticed has that kind of nice sweet smell to it. This is truly a retro palette. I mean, this mustard shade, this neon green, and this beautiful purple shade, they just scream retro to me. And then you have these other beautiful neutral and different other pops of colors in here. So beautiful, and I love a palette that has a good amount of matte and shimmer shades. I see myself getting some very beautiful looks with this. The shades I used on my eyes today, first I went in with the shade Tropical right here, and I will say the pigment wasn't great, and I have used e.l.f. eyeshadows in the past, so I kind of knew what to expect with their shadows because they do take a little bit to build up and pack on pigment, so I knew that going in. So that was the first shade I used, the shade Tropical. The second shade I went in right under my transition crease shade. I went ahead and used the shade Fuego. And again, it took a little bit to build up, but once I got it to where I wanted it, it was such a good blend. And that's another thing I wanted to say. They didn't blend well together perfectly. It was a little patchy. I just want to be 100% honest. But once I blended it out to where I wanted it, it did the job. And then the third shade I went in for the outer corner of my eye, I went in with Sip Sip. The pigment was unreal. The smallest amount went a long way, and I feel like usually with metallic shades I use my finger because I don't normally like the way brushes apply metallics like this, but this brush the small flat brush, it packed on the shade so perfectly. Now the second metallic shade I did use on the inner corner, I went ahead and used Sea Salt. And because I had such good experience with Sip Sip, Sea Salt kind of let me down. It didn't have as much pigment as Sip Sip had. But again, once I kind of packed that on and blended them together, I have no complaints afterwards. And then on top of that, the next product right in the middle to kind of blend those together, we have a nice metallic glittery eyeshadow topper, and this is in the shade Disco Queen. It's just so gorgeous, and the packaging again is so tiny and cute, and I'm overall pretty pleased with how the eyeshadow look ended up. So not my favorite palette because I know how e.l.f. eyeshadows perform, but I still had to pick it up, and I'm still so excited that I did, and I will be using this in the future. I honestly don't have that many complaints, it's just not my favorite. But the color story is stunning, and I still think they did a beautiful job creating this palette right here. Okay, the next product I want to talk about, this is the Multi-Dimensional Face and Body Shimmer. The shade I actually picked up is perfect for me. I like that it has kind of pinky and champagne undertones to it. I tend to gear towards more of those warmer highlights so my cheekbones don't look too icy, but they still have that little something something to them. It really did the job well to help enhance the glowy look that I have. And again, thanks to the Glow Primer Oil. The only thing, I don't like the actual formula of this highlight. It's a little chunky, and it's almost more so like a loose glitter rather than like more of that fine highlight. Do you know what I'm saying? It just has so much actual glitter in it rather than an all-over shimmer, and that's something I usually try to steer away from. So I don't think I'll be using this specific product from this collection too much unless I'm going for more of that glitter look, but typically I don't. I just want to be honest with you guys again. So yeah, this is a little bit too glittery for me, but the shade is so spectacular. Okay, and another product, you guys, this is the one I was secondly most excited for. This is the Glow Up Body Oil, and I got the one in Sun-Kissed, which is the lighter shade, I believe. And I actually used this brush to apply it, the one I used for my contour after I went ahead and wiped it off. This brush did a very good job spreading that all out. I did not pick up the actual body brush that they were selling because I know I wouldn't have used it. I don't like skinnier brushes like that, so I knew one of the brushes from the collection would have worked just fine, and that it did. But this, I feel like is, I mean, my skin is glowing. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but I did put it on my shoulder, and then I put it on my décolleté right here. I'm not sure if that's reflecting at all for you guys. If the camera's not picking it up, I probably look like a weirdo, but this is such a good product for summer. This is something I was so excited for. And the last product was a lip gloss. I got the shade Tropical Fruit Punch. I love it. It's just so nice and sheer. It's not too sticky, which I love in a lip gloss because you guys know those lip glosses out there that are just so thick and sticky, and I just do not like it. The only thing I will say, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's just a little flimsy. I almost feel like I'm gonna break it while I'm applying the lip gloss. That's the one complaint I have about this, but honestly, for the price point, how can you complain? How can you complain? This lip gloss sums every other product up in this collection. It's just that beautiful, shimmery, sparkly, summery glow. I did order another product. I ordered the sticker sheet that was in this collection, and I'm super bummed because it did not come in my package. I'm sorry, I ordered them, I just don't have them here for you. I do apologize about that. But overall, this is a pretty sweet collection, and I do see myself using majority of these products, except this one right here, majority of these products all the time this summer. It just is such a nice summer collection. Good job, e.l.f. Good job to all the collabs in on this project. But that's all I got for you guys today. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, go ahead and just subscribe below. Alright guys, until then, I'll see you next time.